Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video. So, in this one, as you can see I have two iPads. I have the iPad Pro 11-inch, the M2 version, and then I have my old iPad 6th generation. And if y'all remember from watching my last video, I was talking about, I said like, say goodbye to this iPad, we're getting a new one. Well, here we are. A few days later, finally bought myself a new one. We're back. And you know what it's time for? It's time for a comparison. Yeah, I'm a little late. I mean, all of the comparison videos were out like 6 months ago. But, we're half a year late. It's not that bad, It's gonna be late, but stylish. So let's hop right into it. Alright, so to begin off, I want to talk a little bit about the physical structure and build of each device. So over here on the right, we have my iPad 6th generation. So this is, this is it. It is old. I will admit, like, it is old. So let's just, like, go, yeah, alright. So there's reflections everywhere, so we're probably just actually gonna keep the cameras down. But so for the most part, it's flat aluminum on the back, flat glass on the front. I'm trying not to, like, have a ton of reflection, in the screen the entire time. The flat glass on the front, you have the home button here, you have some decently large bezels, and then you have, I keep pressing the button, and then you have your little front camera right there. So that is that one. Whereas over here on the iPad Pro, again, flat aluminum all over the back. Camera, a little different. Actually, later on we'll get into some camera quality comparisons. Sides, they're actually flattened out instead of the usual rounded as it sort of was over here. Screen, again, it's going to be quite reflective, so I'm going to try not to show it too much. However, it is a big, pretty, almost bezel-less screen. I mean, it's really like, a lot of people complain about the bezels. Let me unlock it here. However, the bezels are really about as small as you can get them while the iPad's still being comfortable to hold. Because if they're that much small, like, you're not going to be able to hold the screen at all. Like, your thumb is just on the edges of the bezels, and, like, the way it is, it's just, like, you're going to run out of room. So, yeah, screen, I love it, So, that's just, like, a little bit about sort of the physical build. As you can see over here, it just says iPad Pro, whereas over here it just says iPad. So, yeah, it's got like this, it's got the smart keyboard over here, connector at least, not the actual smart keyboard, but the smart keyboard connector, and, yeah, that's really about it, there's some differences. There's a 5-6 year age gap, I believe, so, yeah, it's a lot newer, but I love it, so, yeah. Alright, so next quality is sort of the screen size. Now, if we just turn both of these on for a second, let's put them on light mode just so they're, that's, okay, it's already on light mode. So, the reflection, I'm going to try not to have it bother us too much. But as you can just tell, the screen itself, it's huge. It is so much, like, it's pretty square. And so the screen, it's got huge white bezels along each of the sides. And I'm not a fan of white bezels, just because they tend to really just exclaim how much room there is between the screen and the end of the device. And so I don't love them, but they're there. It does supply the home button though, which is a very great way of authentication. You have Touch ID over here versus Face ID over here. So it's just, it's like got some pros and cons of each. If you like Touch ID more, you're gonna have to settle with something closer to this. Face ID, oops, hit the wall there. Face ID, you got that bigger screen display. So that's the screen mostly just for this iPad here. This one is a little different. The max brightness, hold on, let's unlock this bad boy. Turn on this here. So try not to have it reflect too much. As you can tell, each of the bezels here, let's go like right here. Each of the bezels are definitely like a lot smaller, like a lot thinner than the other iPad here. So it just, the screen, although the iPad is just barely larger, but it feels entirely larger just purely because of these extra bezels here. And you do have Face ID, which is hard to see However, it is embedded up here. So you have your front-facing camera, you have a microphone, and then some Face ID sensors on each side of that. And that allows Face ID to work pretty flawlessly without any interruptions or problems or anything like that. So that's sort of just a little preview of the screen quality and stuff like that. So next, let's hop into some speaker quality here. So we're going to jump onto video real quick, have them both max volume, and just, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Alright, so we have the iPad 6th Gen and the iPad Pro, both set on a song. Both volumes will be set at 50%. So just let me know what you guys think. So let's get right into this one. Here is the iPad 6th generation. Here we go. Alright, that was the iPad 6th Gen. Let's hop on to the iPad Pro. Here we go. I see the light inside you, brighter than the skies. Hold on, just let us escape. Alright, and well, there's your demos for some of the audio quality and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think. I personally think that the iPad Pro does sound more balanced because it does have 4 speakers, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom, versus the iPad 6th Gen has 1 speaker at the bottom. And so that's probably why it sounds a little more balanced. But that's the speaker quality. Now we're going to do a little camera test. We're going to do the front camera and the back camera test for both of them, and we will sort of see how these go. So let's hop right into that one. Alright, here is the front camera test of the iPad 6th generation. Not great, but this is sort of what we're working with. And here is the back camera test. This is as far zoomed out as it goes. Like, I cannot zoom out any further. Pretty close, but again, what we're working with. And here is the camera test of the iPad Pro front camera. Again, not the best thing ever, but it is better, and it's what we have to work with. So yeah. And so here is the back camera test. I can actually go to 0.5, which does make it a lot easier to work with. But for the most part, again, microphones, camera, here's what we're working with. Alright, well, that was the camera test for both of them. And last but not least, let's do a quick little benchmark just to show. So inside of the iPad Pro here, we have the M2 chip. Same chip found inside of the MacBook Air. So, got some MacBook level chip in here. Inside of the iPad, instead of the iPad 6th generation, we have the A10 Fusion chip. Again, found first released in the iPhone 7, so it's a little older. So let's do a quick benchmark using Geekbench 6, and we will compare the scores. Oh boy. So, a solid 15 minutes later, this one finally finished. So on single core for the iPad 6, we have 832. On the multi-core, we have 1092. Relevant for back then. However, if we head over to, I should also say too that both of these devices are running iOS 16.6 Developer Beta 1. However, if we go over to the next device, as you can see, the iPad Pro, we have 2482 on the single core and 9451 on multi-core. That's pretty insane. Like there's a nice speedy difference between these chips, which is to be expected. But really, that's about it. I don't know. This video took a very long time, so please show it some support. Like, I had to sit here, wait for these things to work. Oh man, it's gonna take a hot minute to edit. But I do hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Comment the word duck if you made it this far, because, I know not all of y'all make it this far. So I really appreciate it if you do. And I will see you guys in the next one. So yeah, bye guys.